In this lecture, we'll be going over how to graph a linear equation by plotting the order pairs. We're talking graphing linear equation in two variables here. Let's get started. Graph by plotting order pairs. The graph of any linear equation in two variables is always going to be straight line. Now, when you want a straight line, you will need at least a two order pair, 3 if better. So here we're going to graph first our linear equation y equals 2x minus 1. If you look at the equation y equals 2x minus 1, it's not in a standard form, but it's still considered a linear equation. So note that although this equation is not in the form ax plus by equals c, which is a standard form, we can still graph it. So our first point we'll start taking by x0, we'll find the y, and the second order pair will have the y0 and we'll find the x. Now we try to keep the numbers small, so usually if you have to find more numbers or more order pair, usually you want to take the x as a 0, 1, 2, y as a 0, 1, 2, or maybe x as a 0, negative 1, negative 2, y as a 0, negative 1, negative 2. So we'll stick with the smaller number in order to find the order pair. Let's first find when x is 0, what happens to the y. So y will be equals 2 times 0 minus 1. 2 times 0 is 0. So y should give me negative 1. So here is my first order pair that when my x is 0, when my y is negative 1. Now we'll do the reverse. Let's do the y to be 0 and we'll figure it out what the x will be. So if your y is 0, you will have 0 equals 2x minus 1. Go ahead and add 1 to both the sides. That will give me 1 equals 2x. Divide both the sides by 2. And therefore, your x equals 1/2. So in this case, my order pair will be 1/2, 0. Keep in mind, you always have to write the x first and the y next. Now, this two order pair should be enough to get the straight line. But for this particular example, I'm going to do one more by taking x equals 1, and then we'll have the 3 order pairs before we start graphing. So let's continue. So it's the same equation, y equals 2x minus 1, and this time we will find for x equals 1, what should be our y. So if x is 1, we'll have the y equals 2 times 1 minus 1. That will give us y equals 2 minus 1, which is 1. Therefore, my order pair here will be 1 and 1. Now let's write all the order pairs from the previous slide and this one. We have 3 of them. The first one is 0, negative 1. The second one is 1/2, 0. And the third one is 1, 1. This should give us a straight line. Now let's graph. As you can see, the 0, negative 1 is the first point right here. Let me get the pen here. Can't see. Let me get the pen here. Okay, so here, this point is your 0, negative 1 right there. This point right here is your negative 1, 1/2 and 0, and this point here is your 1, 1. And as you can see, that's a straight line. So one more time, this point is 0, negative 1 right here. The second point is the half between 0 and 1, and then it's 0, so you're not going up or down. And the last one is 1, 1. And as you can see, it's giving you the straight line. But the 2 points should be enough. I didn't need it, the third one. But it's always to have a third one as a checkpoint. Let's try one more to graph. This time I have a x plus y equals 2. And well, here I'm just going to do the 2 order pairs. So first time I'll do the x to be 0, we'll find the y. Second time I'll take the y to be 0 and find the x. So 2, if you want to go with the third one, of course you can go here. I will only keep it 2. So let's figure it out. X to be 0, what will be the y? And then y is 0, what will be the x? So first x is a 0, your y is coming out to be 2. So my first order pair is 0, 2. Second time my y will be 0 and my x coming out to be 2. So my second order pair is 2, 0. We'll graph this. As you can see, the 2 points are there. The first one is 0, 2. That's on the x-axis. And the second point, 2, 0, which will be on my y-axis. And if I draw the straight line, it's connecting the 2 points. That's the graph of x plus y equals 2. You can obviously find the third point if you want to here by putting x1, and you will get the y to be 1 because 1 plus 1 is 2. As you can see, the point 1, 1 is also touching on the line. But the 2 points are good enough. Now, if you have to simply graph y equals -2, keep in mind no matter what x value you will take, y always will be -2. So the expanded version here, I can put as many order pairs I want. You can pick any number as your x, and you're going to keep your y to be -2, as I did that. -1, -2, 2, -2, 4, -2, etc. And therefore, if you can see that, you're going to get the horizontal line. The horizontal line is touching on the y-axis at the point 0, 2. So every time the y equals -2, no matter what value of x you take on the number line, you're going to below. So the horizontal line where it's touching the y-intercept, the y-axis, is called y-intercept, and that's the point 0, -2. Let's try one more. X minus 1 equals 0. X minus 1 equals 0. It's also the same thing as saying x equals 1. X equals 1, meaning no matter what value of y you take, your x will be always 1. So as you can see, I have put the 3 order pairs on the bottom. 1, -3, 1, 0, 1, 2. No matter what number you put, your x is always 1. You can just pick your y. And therefore, you can see that your x is 1, and you can go above and below. This is going to give you the vertical line. Now this one, it's not intersecting with the y-axis, so there's no y-intercept here. So x is 1, and you can just draw the vertical line. You can have any value of y. If needed, you can watch this video again, and it will show you how to graph a linear equation.